Hi, I'm Gautam. I'm Gautam Gandhi from Delhi, a director for brewing operations and innovations for Singularity Brewing Company.
Okay.
So we're calling it Singularity Beer Project because we started off, and we had to launch next week in Mumbai and Pune, but things
Obviously, for whatever obvious reasons, they are not the same.
Yeah, so we can't do much about it. So we're gonna repeat the beers again.
Okay.
See how things go on.
So, hi Babus, this is Chatty from Cheerschatty, and we have Gautam Gandhi today. Okay, and we're doing actually quite a few podcasts since the lockdown. It's been a bit of a blessing in disguise for us. Gautam, this is my second back-to-back podcast today. So, Gautam is actually quite an interesting guy. He's a criminal defense lawyer by qualification and by profession, and then he wanted to become a chef. And then he's finally become what he always wanted to be, that's a brewer. So tell me, what's the whole deal? Very interesting, yeah? Why did you leave that profession? Of course, we'll be very happy you're in this, but yeah.
So, I felt like I wasn't doing something what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And because my parents are lawyers, and that's how my brain was always trained to be a lawyer. And then when I was studying to be a barrister in English, I joined my basic to do a conversion. So I started going to craft places around, and I started meeting a lot of homebrewers.
Okay.
And I actually understood that there's a possibility of making beer. And until that point, I didn't know what would happen or anything. And then I came back to India, practiced law for a couple of years more, and then finally gave it a call that I want to start my own brewery some point.
Okay.
Because there was still a lot of innovation happening around the circle around that time in India. But things are changing a lot, and things are changing for the better.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of promise happening.
And how did your parents take it, considering, as you said, the entire family is in the law business?
So my mother was pretty supportive of it, and then my father wondering what I'm doing.
like every other parent.
Yeah, so the whole idea about how brewing exists, brewing and then trying to create all of this is not very common in India, and so my dad's okay, he's gonna be doing it for a while and then he's gonna get back to the profession.
Okay.
But then later on he started saying that I spend all my day just thinking about writing about and then tasting.
It would have been a bit of a challenge for you, considering you don't have a science background. So how did that work out?
I really don't think that that matters way too much.
Okay.
You start liking, you can learn the basics of things, and that's the reason I'm more into a lot of innovation and design.
Okay.
I always making small batches, trying to develop them and make them better. Before I go on and make them at a commercial scale of maybe 500 or 1,000 liters. So I always do my recipes once or twice before. I think when it's perfect and it's time, that's when I try to scale it up.
Okay. Yeah, you seem to be having a lot of background in Vietnam. What's that about? Have you worked there? You lived there?
I would say a lot of background, and I'd say I did spend a few months in Vietnam, and right now what I feel is Vietnam is actually taking craft beer to another level.
Okay.
And there are a lot of brilliant breweries doing really great things. So I was interning with Pastry Street Brewing. So Pastry Street is an American beer company based out of Vietnam.
Okay.
And they're one of the most award-winning breweries from Asia, and probably the only brewery from Asia winning a World Cup gold.
Wow. Okay.
And this I don't think there's anyone else from Asia who was won gold. So they won it for a beer category called chocolate beer.
Oh,
so the beer's called Ciclo. It's got cacao nibs. It's got many other local ingredients from Vietnam, and the style is very imperial. Goes up to about 14%. I don't even think we can make 14% beers in India right now legally. And once I went there, I saw different breweries trying to do something different all the time. We got some yeast strains from a sake brewery in Japan and made a beer out of it.
Okay.
Using sake strain along with yuzu juice, which turned out completely phenomenal and so different. So a lot of breweries try to do a lot of different things and connect to what locals want over there in Vietnam. Instead of by saying that we do German styles, we do Belgian styles, so they have their own style of making really good beers. And the approach is it's very inspiring, but it's again very much like an American craft beer scene where we are trying to do something different all the time. It's about finding yourself, and I say like a lot of beers in India, a lot of new brewers in India should find themselves instead of.
So what do you think of the scene in India? How's it looking? The craft beer scene.
It's very promising. There's a lot of future, but the government should be a little more
Flexible.
helpful, actually helping like smaller businesses, smaller craft brewers to grow instead of just trying to make laws on a bigger scale, on a bigger commercial scale. For example, in Vietnam or in Singapore, or many parts of Southeast Asia, you can actually bottle, keg, can, you can do everything. Even if you're a small brewery, you don't need separate licenses. You're doing everything. And even if there are licenses, the whole bureaucracy is much simpler and things are much possible. And I think they should start adopting that because it's a huge business. When you look at India as like a country, it's huge.
Yeah.
And the origins of Alliance have been like, there's so many ways of cooking, there's so many ways of food, you get everything in India.
Yeah, exactly. It's so diverse here.
Yeah, so the diversity should be adopted in their styles.
Yeah.
And we should be able to develop and come out with our own way of doing things instead of always trying to copy what someone else has done, and which is probably about 1,000 years old now.
But do you think, are we getting stuck in that? Because if you really see, there are a lot of people who are experimenting a lot, you know.
There are a lot.
And at the same time, there's also probably a little pressure of what's happening internationally. So are we guys going our way, or are we trying to even get their way into it and, you know, making one little khichdi at times?
We do have a lot of people trying to do it in our way. But those guys are really small to scale up to a level that they'll be able to make a real presence in the market. So till the time like these laws don't change around a lot of things, they won't be able to, like if someone makes a masala saison, it can make something different like that, like breweries using like rye to make to millet to make beers and so on. So they should be able to scale in a bigger way, which they're not able to do because the way our laws are made. Our laws are trying to be competitive state by state, but they're not helping anyone. They're not helping anyone. They're not helping people become individual small businesses, but they all want them to be a part of something bigger, but not own something and have the freedom to decide how to run a business.
And it's not one big right now, the scene, you know, it's still in a very initial stages to a very large extent, and, you know, trying to make it a big huge thing, like, you know, people are trying to still wet their feet in the soil, you know, and I think it's going to take some time. But as consumers, do you think we've come a long way?
We did it differs again. Like a lot of people still have this notion that beers from a particular part of the world can only be good, and beers from this part of the world can only be good. So at a point when someone's trying to go to a store to buy a bottle of beer, they'd rather pick up something which is originating out of a country which used to be known for beers, instead of experiment and try something what is homegrown and homemade, and which is probably just from around the corner, rather than, you know, being shipped for 3 months and having a lot of off flavors and a lot of issues with the beers. So that whole connect can only be made when people try to understand beers better, and people connect to what is homegrown and what's more
what's commercial and what's craft actually, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So they're able to get that distinction only when they start thinking that, you know, so and so brands which have a huge global presence will also be good in India. That can't be the same scenario because they've been shipped from 1,000 miles away. So
correct, And price, what do you think of price? How a big role is it playing right now? Because if you see your bottled ones, you know 1 + 1, and it's far more economical as against your craft.
It's against the craft, but I used to be one of those guys who used to when I used to live in the UK. I'd always go over and, you know, pick up like a huge case of some, I won't name the brands, but some super commercial beers. And then sit around with a few friends and, pounce a lot of beers, and then that's it. And then later on, I started discovering that my whole idea of drinking started changing.
Okay.
So once people understand that quality over quantity, things will change, and a lot of people do understand that.
These new kids on the block, these millennials, they do.
Yeah, they do. And a lot of things, not only millennials, like a lot of older people who traveled a lot. Traveled a lot and who explored a lot are really crazy about what they want to do. And they are actually they all try to pick up home brewing at a very late stage and trying to innovate. And they do brilliant things.
They almost pick it up like, at the self-actualization of their lives. Achha, do something different. But it's good because I think that's the way people get a little bit more aware, and eventually it does have a rippling effect in the sense the market grows. It's like each one needs to make, otherwise you just get stuck with these familiar father's age beers. I don't want to, again, I also don't want to name the brands, but that's where they'll start and it will end as well.
I'm happy in the brewery. I don't want to go back to court, so
I'm sure there you have a lot of interesting stories. I'll tell you the best way to crack those cases, maybe probably get them drunk and get all the truth out here.
Yeah, but then they're pretty careful about not speaking a lot of things. They try to be a little more reserved because they know what they're doing and they're not very impressed with what they're doing.
And anyway, now you're in a profession where people are far more open-minded after a few beers and speak a lot as well. So it's a sharp contrast that way. So what are you brewing these days, Gautam?
So what I'm drinking right now is a beer called I call it Out of Syllabus.
I read about it and I love the name.
So there's some guidelines like the BJCP guidelines, which are really helpful, like for someone to start home brewing or some level like that. But they usually don't really matter when you want to think of World Cup beer, because those guidelines differ from a World Cup beer guidelines. So I'm into this whole thing, but why not try to make my own styles? I don't want to read that, I don't want to read this. So this is got a mix of a dunkel like a German dark wheat beer.
Wow.
Grain grist, along with the Irish stout grain.
Okay.
And then I use a lot with the yeast I try to use Hefeweizen. Then in the secondary fermentation, I mature it with cacao nibs. Then Madagascaran vanilla pods and toasted coconut.
Okay.
And so you get that whole complex thing going on, notes going on. And then I have another beer which is a Breton's IPA.
Okay.
So Brett is the wild strain of brewer's yeast. Brett usually means British or from England, and it's got one leathery finish to it. There's no way to actually describe it in words unless you have a sip of that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to pour that beer, but then I think I moved the keg a bit. And it's getting a little hazy, so I thought that I'll just pour this for the radio chat right now.
So you were telling me in the morning that you had some meat or something like that yesterday, with some brewing meat with some people.
More or less I got along with all my Pastor Street friends, and they started a virtual tap room going on. So different brewers, home brewers. So when yesterday, while I was on the meet, there was some brewing going on in the background. They were trying to figure out new recipes, what to do, and so on. And then there are now groups which are actually helping people isolate themselves and stay at home. It's like saving the beer. I mean, saving the world with the beer on the couch.
Yeah.
So people are trying to do different things. Guys, this group was started by someone from New Zealand.
Oh wow! And how many people on the group?
There are about 800,000, so almost a lot of people joined.
Okay.
So different people from different parts of the world. We talk a lot of nonsense about possibilities.
But tell me, is there an opportunity here, because with this entire lockdown, which nobody expected it to be this way, actually no one expected something like this to happen to the world, and is it going to open up some opportunities with people brewing at home, meeting up, the virtual meets that you're doing and all of that?
I would, so again, like, we're in a country where the whole process and the topic of home brewing, no one's sure about if it's legal or if it's illegal, or there's nothing properly defined about things. So a lot of people, when they want to start home brewing, they get really worried about how they could get into trouble.
Okay.
And then the main issue, like when I got back from the UK, was like sourcing ingredients. Back then, like, you didn't know who to get what from.
True.
And
Yeah.
we used to end up with a lot of stale stuff coming in to the places I used to order back in the day. And my beers used to be turning out really awful. But now I'm mostly like, I'm just doing test batches, and we do small batches in some breweries around in Delhi or otherwise, or wherever I am, to just test it. So the home brewing part has been reduced a lot for me. But yeah, there are a lot. The home brewing community is growing really huge, especially around NCR, because there's a
Yeah, I see a lot of people out there, in fact, and interact with them quite a bit too. Why has that become a hub, that side?
Because there are a lot of people with a lot of exposure around, but and there's a huge expat community also in Delhi.
Oh,
And
yeah.
apart from that, there's really bad beer.
In fact,
Apart from that, a few hundred places beers are not great here.
Okay. I think Japanese guys are the largest population of expats are in Gurugram, no?
Yeah, in Gurugram, and then in Noida, there are a lot of Koreans, and because of the Samsung plant and other stuff.
Yeah.
So overall, yeah, it's pretty huge. Like the expat scene is very huge because all the embassies are here and so on. And there are a lot of people, I'm sure, brewing inside the embassies and having a good weekend barbecue party. A lot of players around.
What's next for Singularity? What's on the cards?
So, firstly, we're actually hoping this whole lockdown ends really quick.
Yeah, man. Seriously, both over there.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to start on with some barrel aging program, and then make some very different styles of beers.
Okay.
Use a lot of hops from New Zealand, and a lot of hops, obviously American hops, Slovenian hops these days. So yeah, I have my old test batch recipes already, like over 60 or 70 recipes.
So just waiting for everything to open up in that.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we got to look into the whole supply chain, because we're trying to do 100% cold chain. We don't want anyone to say our beers are bad. We don't want to get to a stage that someone's telling us our beers are bad.
Yeah.
So we want to be careful on every channel about getting it perfect.
Okay.
So there's a lot of work going around on that. And some of my other partners are stuck in the US, some are stuck in other places.
Yeah.
And we had to have a board meeting last week. Obviously, we couldn't do anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're just trying to make things work right now, however they are. So I think this is the best time. I'll just sit at home and do some small batch experimentation to just see if this is going to work with this or something like that.
And keep guzzling like the way you're doing right now.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
It looks damn good, man.
Yes.
Next time when you come to Bombay, I'm going to make sure that you have something for me.
Yeah, sure. We had to be in a few places in Bombay.
Okay.
But then this whole thing broke out. We couldn't set any deals over. So we have time right now. So we're going to rework on everything. And the whole thing is, we're not able to put anything on a timeline right now.
So Gautam, tell me... Okay, sorry, you were saying something.
No. It's good. Yeah.
No, I was just going to ask you if, you were one who changed your professions. A lot of people that I speak with and I do my podcast, they're all from science background and they've decided to get into the brewing industry. Either someone is in wine and they've got into beer, or is in beer, got into cider, or is in cider, got into beer, all that. You being one of those who've been in the other end of the world and come to this end of the world. So what would you... if you had to give any advice to people who want to get into this industry, what would be your sweet words to them?
If you have a passion about doing something, get into it. If
Okay.
you're just seeing only the money aspect of things, that you're going to become someone like James Watt from Brewdog or someone overnight, just don't do what you're doing. And like the same example, there's a brewing company called Bohemond Brewing Company. The founder was a lawyer, and then there've been so many breweries around the world where the founders were home brewers and lawyers who started this. and Bohemond's doing extremely well. They're based out of New Zealand. So, and then James Watt from Brewdog, he's got a law degree.
Oh, okay.
So, one of his books is called Business for Punks, when he started off in that.
Okay.
He mentions about how he was a lawyer. He got bored being a lawyer. Then he became a ship captain. He used to go sailing in the northern seas. And then he was always homebrewing. And then Michael Jackson tried some of his beers. And then he's like,
really?
why don't you start this?
Achha,
so Michael Jackson, the beer Michael Jackson.
The beer Michael Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, he's written a lot of books around that.
Yeah. So, but as you said, I think it all starts with passion, because if you don't have... It starts
from passion, and it starts like, I'm a guy who likes a lot of variety. So the beer I'm drinking today, I'll be bored of it tomorrow.
Or maybe tonight.
And I'll start thinking of some other new recipes, how would that go with this? Why not, let's just make 20 liters of it and give it a try if it tastes good or not. And that's how I try to design my recipes also. I try to keep it as original as possible. I try to obviously I get inspired by a lot of old school ways of brewing, from Belgium, from Germany, from America, from other parts of the world. But I try to do things on my own and design my own recipes. The reason is that, you can't always if there's a certain type of malt written, you can't get that certain type of malt.
You have to make do and make the best out of what you have.
Exactly. So that also can give you a lot of innovation. So I think it's like when a home brewer makes something new, that's craft beer.
That's true.
Yeah, that becomes craft. And when you see America does extremely well in certain, in the craft beer industry because of the Prohibition era, where people started doing a lot of home brewing, home distilling, and making a lot of, the cocktail industry takes a lot from that. Beer takes a lot from that. So it's all because, you don't have that availability, so you have to go ahead and do it. And I think that's kind of also happening in the Delhi NCR homebrewing community in that way.
See, it's no doubt, it also, challenges you a lot, because as you said, there are a lot of things that are not available always. Of course, it's a lot more better than what it used to be, a decade ago. But it does make you think laterally and say that, "Achha, iske saath kya ho sakta hai? What can you pair it with, and how can you make something great out of it?" And I think the right word for it is craft. That's what craft is all about, any kind of craft for that matter. So
that's the whole reason. I'd rather spend about 5-6 hours in developing a recipe and trying to create my own recipe instead of reading so much about those particular ingredients and trying to scale up and get this for 1,000. So I'd always want to start thinking on a smaller level. While that is brewing, let's try something new. Design my recipes in a certain way and then scale it.
Yeah, it can't be like an assembly line production, even if it is a small batch. Or for that matter, anything in craft cannot be like what you make today and you make the same thing tomorrow. It's not going to taste the same. The flavors are not going to be the same tomorrow.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
So the approach should be more like. It should be more like something more independent and exclusive gourmet instead of being like a fast food franchising.
True.
So majority of the bottled and packaged sector in India wants to be more of because obviously there are a lot of problems around that also. Like we don't have a cold chain. The beer is tasting something else in the factory, it's going to taste something optional.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are thinking of a mass volume than thinking of a lower volume, locally made stuff. The whole reason is the laws again. The laws actually won't help small scale brewing at all.
And there's market for both, It's not like this or that for that matter. Because there are people who just like to have those bottled beers. I know a lot of my friends who say, "No, at the end of the day, I just want to come back to one Kingfisher." It's like going back to your curd rice. No matter what exotic meals you have outside, you just want to come back and have that one thing. So, and there are some who will say, "No, I'm not going to touch a bottled beer anymore ever after tasting this." So there's a market for both. It's just a matter of coexisting together. And
there's a lot about education also, because people don't see a lot of difference. But I used to tell a lot of people I'm going to start home brewing. People used to laugh at me,
Why is that?
Because they don't. A lot of them used to not see the possibility of that even happening.
Okay.
They just think that, he's talking and making beer.
Huh. Kuch bhi hai, matlab aise fake rate types.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, fine. I'll post a picture, but you're not going to try my beers ever. Just to play around with them.
Absolutely. So you have a lot of people coming over and trying your beers?
Yeah, I do. I do have a lot of friends. Because mines are all like small batch.
Yeah.
So they just, I just give them send some beers over. And right now, a lot of people want me to teach them about how to homebrew. So I was just thinking about how should I do a live streaming about me brewing, or how to go about things.
And this is the best time actually, since everyone's sitting at home and most of them don't have anything better to do in life. So I think it's a good way of picking up a skill, and learning something.
Yeah.
You should do that. So any last words before we end this podcast, Gautam?
And I really like what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
I really want more women in India to be involved in the beer scene.
That's something I wanted to ask you about actually. Good.
So there's a book written by this author called Jane Payton.
Okay.
She writes about 700 or 800 years of brewing history, which is only involved women.
Oh, fantastic.
And even when I got into the whole craft beer scene, when I started trying craft beer in India at that point.
Yeah.
So it was in Hyderabad, and it was in 040 when Julie used to be brewing over there.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be doing a podcast very soon.
Oh yeah, nice. So Julie, she used to. So that time, a lot of the things she used to tell used to go over my head, and then later on, when I got back to Delhi, and then I realized, oh yeah, there's no good beers around. And that's when I started reading, and a lot of things made sense. And then I want more women from India to join the Pint Society, and because when you think of it, when you read through history, all the gods related to beers are always women.
Yeah, goddess Ninkasi. Yeah.
A lot of Norse gods, a lot of different gods. They're all related to women. So that should change a lot. A lot of people look at it like women only drink this in India or this in India. That's not seen.
That's all crap, That's
people drink what they want to drink.
What they want to drink, yeah.
There's no reason to make a gender bias on that thing. So there was a place in Delhi which tried to sell something saying that it's women's beer, which is completely wrong. Because it's not how the world works.
It never works like that. Yeah.
It never works like that. So I want more people to be a part of the brewing industry, all genders, and then because what I see is actually I've always noticed women have better sensory panels.
Yeah.
On picking up notes, and a lot of men don't pick up those notes in a lot of times.
They're sensitive human beings, and secondly, I guess they spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
When they're trying to smell, oh yeah, this has got this, they're doing things is much better.
They're naturally made that way, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
For instance, I don't cook much, but I definitely like to be in the beer industry, and I like to brew my own beer as well, in whatever little time that I get from work. But but I see a lot of women in the industry, and I've done so many podcasts with them. In fact, every Saturday we release a podcast with a woman either in the beer industry, or wine, or any of the alcohol industry.
About 3-4 months ago, one of my partners, Ashish, he goes under the Instagram handle called Lazy Beer Taster.
Yeah.
So Ashish was trying to find women in the beer industry.
Okay.
And then we started this. He started this whole thing actually as a part along with Singularity called Brew.in, and it's a calendar. It's like a year calendar with all with women in the industry. So every month is this person.
Okay.
Everyone from the industry. So and people don't even they don't even soak it in. Yeah, this is also happening in India.
Yeah, nobody gives it a thought at all.
No one gives it a thought. Yeah.
And what I amazingly like that everyone is so collaborative. There's no gender bias at all in the beer industry, which I've seen it in the other industries. But everyone is here to help you. Everyone is here to share knowledge, and everyone just wants to make a good beer, drink good beer, and serve good beer.
like the president of Viacom India. I forgot her name. I think it's Indra Nooyi.
Okay, you want me to Google it?
Yeah, I forgot who it was. One of them, Indra Nooyi or Mazumdar, she wanted to be a brewer.
Oh, Mazumdar. Yeah.
She
Biocon.
wanted to be a brewer. Back in the day, there was a lot of buyers in India in the 70s, and she couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's done great for herself.
Oh, she's done fantastically well.
Yeah, I don't want to hear stories like that in the future where someone wants to be something and it's not happening.
And not happening.
The gender bias.
Kiran Shah Mazumdar.
Yeah, Kiran Shah.
Yeah. Recently, she revealed that, and I got to know about it, a year ago or something like that. But yeah, it's nice if someone wants to do something like that, and they should be given an opportunity. I don't think it's just in beer, but anything for that matter. Yeah, anything. People should just go out and do it. So, thank you, Gautam. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me here.
You're most welcome, and we would like to do a podcast over and over again with you, as and when you keep making new brews and have a lot more knowledge to share as well. So
I like to learn every day.
Yeah, every day is a learning. Yeah, and we are learning a lot more in these 21 days. Actually, the world is learning.
For me, if a brewer thinks he knows it all, he doesn't make craft.
No. That he should not be only.
He's not making craft.
No, he's not. Then he doesn't even deserve to be called a beer person.
Yeah. No one knows everything.
Nobody knows everything.
Yeah, everyone knows a bit of everything. That's what I feel.
And everyone learns something every day. So thank you, Babus. Thank you so much. That was Gautam, and it was great having him. Everyone, please stay at home, like I always say, and I'll keep saying this in these 21 days. And then after that, don't go overboard. Keep drinking good beer. Till then, guys, be good, and we are signing off.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, Gautam. See you. Bye.
See you. Cheers.
Cheers.